What is going on, guys? It is Chase here, and today I've got the 2008 11-foot long inflatable carriage with prisoner. I got this inflatable off of Lucas the Huge Gemmy guy for 50 bucks, which is a great deal considering it was sold at Garden Ridge for 160 bucks. As you can see, it's got the original tag right there. He got this off of eBay, I think, a year or two ago. I remember him sending me a picture of it, and I remembered that he had it, and I asked him if he'd want to sell it, and he's like, sure. So we did a deal on it, and I think he originally got this from Texas. But surprisingly, the fabric feels, well, I haven't inflated it yet. So this is going to be one of those blind unboxings, which I have not done in a while, and I might do one tomorrow too. It really depends. But I got this off of him for 50 bucks, which is a great deal. I didn't even have to pay shipping. Or no, never mind, I did. I don't know what I'm saying, I did. So the box is in pretty good shape. It's certainly a lot better shape than my 15-foot carriage. But that one was shipped without a double box, so the whole thing is taped up. As you can see, really the only imperfection is that it just doesn't have the bag. It probably doesn't have stakes and tethers either, but I mean, you can see the fabric is, well, it looks great. It's not faded whatsoever, which I'm glad it's not, because fading is a big, it's a deal breaker for me. I can't stand it when my fabric is faded. As you can see, it does not have a 200. It's got one of those tall fans from the looks of it. Yeah, it's got a tall fan, which is, it's probably all it needs. I know the big carriage has, I think it has a 200. I don't think it's a 125. But I mean, the carriages don't need a lot. Really, they just need it for the horse. But we'll go ahead and get this situated. Although this is 2008, it still does have the metal tether loops, which you guys know I don't like those. I'm not a huge fan of them. And the strings on this are very loose, so it's easy to pop the legs out. After I think after like 2007, they started having like some slack in them. And really the strings are just so the legs can't go out anymore and like snap. It helps it helps them from breaking, which is a good design. I know people don't like it, and I know it can be frustrating because it can make it a little bit harder to open the legs, but they do have it in this. But yeah, the fabric feels absolutely fantastic on this, so it should not have a problem inflating. I'm gonna go ahead and get this situated because I have no idea how this is going to, inflate out, so just give me a minute. Alrighty guys, I pretty much got it laid out, so let's go ahead and get it plugged in. The face, the prisoner face, is a lot smaller than I thought it was. But it should still be, I bought it because it's small. This is a replacement to the one that I originally got for my graveyard scene. So I wanted a small carriage. You don't want anything big for the graveyard. You want some of the smaller inflatables for that. Now obviously it's in the day, so we're not gonna be able to see if there's any thin spots or not, but that doesn't really bother me. Yeah, it's inflating rather fast. We can already see that well, I think this one's burnt. Oh no, it's not. It has the green blinking C7, as you can see, and the horse is just about up. The fan changed pitch, so you know that it has a it's a tight inflation. As you can see, thankfully, I don't know what you call it. The strings that are attached to the horse are still attached, which is always nice. It's less work for me to do. I'll go ahead and get this straightened out. So you can see this is pretty much like any other carriage they've made. There's always some slight differences with the carriages, but I mean realistically they're pretty much all the same, just with some different features. Go ahead and adjust this side too. I want it to be all straightened out. Now, I don't even think he ever used this one. I mean, obviously the previous owners used it, but I don't think he ever got a chance to use this one. So it's nice that he was willing to sell it to me. Now, I just had my phone resting on the horse. That should give you an idea that the horse stands a lot better than it does on the 15-foot carriage, and hopefully it's not going to blow back, but it doesn't look like it will. So this is actually a perfect size. It's the exact size I needed for the graveyard. I'm very, very pleased with the size, and you can see it's not faded whatsoever. I was kind of skeptical from the pictures, but he was in his room and the lights were turned off, I think, so it, you know, it wasn't, it didn't give me the best idea of how it looked. I'm gonna have it close up to the fence so it doesn't blow, because it is, it's not that windy out right now, but it's still enough to jerk this thing around. I don't think it has lights on each side, but what I do know is that the face for the carriage, which this is the classic Ghastly face that Gemmy would use, which is awesome. I love this face. But I know that this face is on both sides, which is always nice. So you can display this any way you want. And what's interesting is this is not screen printed. Well, I mean, it's screen printed, but it's not screen printed along with this part. It's actually stitched on. I don't know why they did that, but it's very interesting. Oh no, they do have lights on this side. You know what? Very good on Gemmy's part, and none of them are burnt out. So that's, again, less work for me to do. And the thing that probably would wear out, this type of fabric feels absolutely great. Doesn't feel like it's melting or anything, so this thing should, it'll make a great addition to my display. So I'd say it's about 6 feet tall. You can see it compared to my fence. So it's not huge, but it's a perfect size for what I'm trying to use it for. So I couldn't be happier with this. I think the front legs are actually connected to each other. Oh no, they're not. But they do go up. They naturally go up close to each other. So it shouldn't have a problem standing. And you can see, I mean, you can push down on the horse and it comes right back up. Now, as far as inflation, I mean, you can't push in on it. I mean, it's just, I mean, that's a tight inflation. Obviously, when you get to like parts like these, like where it's kind of like pointed, yeah, you can. But I mean, like right here, like you just can't push on that part, which is awesome. I'm sure he has a light in his head. Probably. Yeah, he does. I don't know if it's burnt out or not. I think it's burnt out. I can't tell. But that's not a problem. I'll just buy some more C7s. I don't know how many lights he has in him. I'm assuming it has probably one in the carriage. But given that the there's lights in each side, I don't know. I'm honestly not sure. And the horse should have 2 lights in it. This one obviously does not have any sound. It doesn't need sound. It's not because it's not plain or anything. Like, it's got like the actual design in the back of the pumpkin, which I love. I mean, I just love this design. It's so cool. Now it has 6 spots where you can tether on it. It's got 2 on each side here, and then 1 right here, and then 1 right there. And as I said, there's 2 on each side right here. Now this is the classic, well, not classic, but this is like the they always use this felt fabric on the lanterns. I don't know why. I guess it's like to kind of like get it like to stand up, because if you do regular fabric, it'll just kind of like fold and just, well, not really have any shape to it. So I understand why they do that. I'm not a huge fan of felt fabric because it makes it feel newer, just because of how much they use it on newer stuff. So I'm not the biggest fan of felt fabric, but and something as small as this, it's fine by me. It's not a big deal. And I know every carriage has this, but I love how the stem curls at the top as opposed to just being like a pumpkin that like stops right there. I love how it has a curly stem. It's very cool. They could have probably put a leaf on it or something, but I don't think, do rotten pumpkins have leaves? I don't think so, because this is supposed to be the color of a rotten pumpkin. Come to think of it, you can't really I mean, besides its stem, like, you wouldn't really know it's a pumpkin, but as a collector, you can tell. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, thanks Lucas, a huge Gemmy guy, for selling me this one. It's a great inflatable. It's definitely going to be a great addition to the display, especially the graveyard. I can't wait to use it, and stay tuned for the review. Well, it should be tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. The weather's not looking too promising, but it should still be all right. I'll have to look at the wind, but as far as, you know, the skies, it looks to be moderate. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Really hope you guys enjoyed. This is the 2008 11-foot long inflatable carriage with the Ghastly prisoner, and I'll see you guys again next time.